In order to make room for baby to grow, your stomach needs to stretch, and this stretch creates a lot of pressure for your rectus abdominis muscles, and it forces it to basically split. Hello guys, my name is Bora and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about our core. I'm going to be sharing with you guys my postnatal routine that's really helped me to repair my stomach from diastasis recti. I still have a little bit still to work on, but it's really helped me to repair it after giving birth to my son. I feel as a trainer it's really important for me to share and give you as much information as possible, especially for you to understand what's happened to your body during pregnancy and to know how to go about making the much needed repair afterwards. So what is diastasis recti? Diastasis recti is basically the separation of your rectus abdominis muscles, also known as the six-pack muscles. So when you are pregnant, in order to make room for baby to grow, your stomach needs to stretch, and this stretch creates a lot of pressure for your rectus abdominis muscles, and it forces it to basically split, and this split is what we call diastasis recti. It affects over 60% of women, but a lot of women just don't even realize that they have this condition. Now, the split or the diastasis recti varies from woman to woman. Some women might have like a slightly more severe case than other women, so your gap might be bigger than another mum, another woman, for example. So I really want to share with you as much information as possible to help you understand what's happened and why you might be having like this bulge stomach and you're struggling to like flatten your stomach. You might be having backache, you might feel that your pelvic floor is weak, and just having like lots of issues after you've given birth. This diagram is going to help illustrate exactly what I'm talking about. So this is the structure of our abdominal muscle group. As you can see, the muscles marked in red is our rectus abdominis muscles. On the left, the separation is slightly smaller, and on the right, it's much bigger. The one on the right shows how the muscles get separated during pregnancy to make room for baby to grow. Now, what we need to do is repair those muscles properly so that we are not getting the bulgy look. What's really important is for us to not add further strain on the rectus abdominis muscles, which has already been stretched. This is actually where a lot of women go wrong after they've given birth, in doing sit-ups and crunches, thinking that it's going to help to flatten their stomach, when actually, when you think about it, you're engaging the rectus abdominis muscles, adding further stress. Remember, this muscle group is where the separation has happened, so it's already weak, and by doing sit-ups and crunches, you are just like adding more stress to that area and potentially creating further damage. Now, the area that we should be working on is our deepest core muscles, which is the transverse abdominis muscles. This is an important core muscle, and its primary function is to stabilize the lumbar spine and pelvis before movement. So it basically wraps around us like a corset, and it holds everything together and stabilizes us to be, nice and tall. Well, because this muscle is quite deep, it's usually neglected during exercise, and a lot of the focus is always on the six-pack muscle, which is the rectus abdominis muscles. So it's essential that we concentrate on strengthening the transverse abdominis muscles first, and then we can start moving up towards working on our obliques and then finishing off with the rectus abdominis muscle group last. The key thing is to get the other muscle groups stronger first. So first the transverse abdominis, and then the obliques, and then lastly the rectus abdominis. You want to be doing these core exercises every single day, ideally. But I know, it's not easy being a mom. Mom life is a real struggle. So if you can't do every single day, just try and do these exercises as much as possible throughout the week or throughout the day. What I want to emphasize, especially if you have just given birth not long ago, is to make sure you get your 6-week check from your GP doctor before performing any kind of exercises, especially any exercises that's to do with your abdominal muscles. Okay, so let's start the workout. Hope you enjoy it. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up. Our first exercise is the pelvic tilts. All we're doing here is tilting our pelvic up and down in a slow and controlled motion. It's a really small and subtle movement. As you're doing it, pull your belly button into your spine. Make sure your back is flat, and then you're just tilting that pelvic up and down. We've got 5 more seconds. Our next move is the leg slide. I want you to slowly slide your leg, extending it and then bringing it back in. Keep your heel on the ground and continue to pull that belly button in as you pull the leg in. And then also when you extend the leg back out. Nice and slow. We've got 8 more seconds. The next exercise is the heel drop. I want you to brace your core, so think about tightening your belly by pulling that belly button into your spine, and then drop one leg down, tapping your heel to the floor. So you want to tap nice and slow, brace that tummy in, make sure your back is flat. We've got 6 more seconds. Now we're moving on to the pillow squeeze exercise. I want you to put the pillow between your knees and your feet should be flat on the floor. Make sure that your back is also flat on the ground and push your belly button in. All I want you to do now is press your knees tight together, squeezing that pillow for a few seconds. Got 5 more seconds. Our next move is the glute bridge. Keep your feet on the floor and explosively push your hips up as high as you can. As you go up, squeeze your bum and hold for a few seconds. So you want to explode and hold. So you want to squeeze up, hold, and then down. So really go up, squeeze, and down. You've got 3 more seconds. For the next exercise, I want you to slowly pull that belly button in towards your spine. As you extend your arms out, try to hold it up for a few seconds before you bring it down, and then alternate to the other side. We want to control this position, so try not to be twisting, shaking, moving your back. Keep it nice and flat. Now we're going to do the all 4 leg extension. I want you to keep your back straight and remain still. Slowly extend one leg back, sliding motion until it's straight. Hold for a few seconds and then pull it back in. Always think about that abdominal muscles that you're working for the mind-body connection. Moving on to the fire hydrant. Lift your leg away from your body at a 45-degree angle and keep your knees at 90-degree angles. As you lift your leg up, hold for a few seconds before you lower it. and then you start again on the other leg. Remember to pull your belly button in, keeping it nice and tight. 5 more seconds. We're gonna get into round 2, and we are gonna be doing the pelvic tilt. So remember, keep that back nice and flat. I want you to tilt that pelvic up and down, nice and slow. Push that belly button in, squeezing it as nice and tight as possible. Control this motion. We've got 5 more seconds. Back to the leg slide. So I want you to just slowly slide that leg out. Nice and controlled motion. Squeeze that belly button in. Make sure your back is nice and flat. Relax your arms. We've got 12 more seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So the next exercise is the heel drop. So you want to drop that leg down, tapping your heel onto the floor. Make sure your back is flat. Yeah, so keep that back nice and flat. Brace that tummy, squeezing that belly button in. Remember to breathe as well. Yeah, take your time. So we've got the pillow squeeze. Grab your pillow and put it between your legs. And what you're aiming for is really like squeezing that pillow between your leg, nice and tight. This exercise is working both the inner thigh muscles, the abductors, and your pelvic floor muscles. So it's a really good one. Think about the muscle that you're working. Now we've got the glute bridge. Remember, you want to explosively lift that hip up and squeeze. Hold for a few seconds, hold, and then down. So you really want to explosively lift up and hold, and then down. You've got 10 more seconds. Make sure everything is nice and tight. So now we're gonna go on our all fours, and then we're gonna do the arm raise. So you wanna raise your arm up to the same level as your back. So it needs to be aligned with your back. Hold for a few seconds and then bring it down. Make sure you're squeezing that belly, pulling that belly button in. Try not to move, keep your back straight. So we're staying in this position and we are doing that leg extension. So nice and slowly extend that leg back, keep that tummy nice and tight. Your back should be flat, so there should be no arching of the back or shaking or twisting or anything like that. You want to be as still as possible. Keep the tummy tight. We've got 7 seconds left. Now we've got the fire hydrant. Lift that leg up away from the body at 45-degree angle and your knees at 90-degree angle. As you lift up, hold for a few seconds and then bring it down. Hold up, tummy tight, and down. We've got 10 seconds, guys. Looking good. And that's it. Hope you really enjoyed that workout. Try to do this workout every single day or as many times as possible during the week or throughout the day. You want to be working towards 8 to 10 repetition or 30 seconds like we've just done. We just did 2 sets or 2 rounds, but if you've got time you can do 3 rounds, 3 sets or 4, etc. It just depends on where you're at the moment and how strong you're feeling. So if 2 sets was too much, maybe just start with 1 set and then build it up. Really hope that helps. Let me know what you thought, how you found it on the comment box below. Make sure you have subscribed to my channel, and I look forward to doing more exercises with you next time.